Today we have a magnificent show talking about relationships. We have a relationship expert. He deals with behavioral science of the mind as well as sex, and we want to talk about that and how that relates to you and your Christian walk, as well as we have this wonderful former beauty queen. Also, she works with Essence. She's a TV host. She's dynamic. She has been an author. The wonderful and the only Chan Cessna. We're going to glad to have you on the show. So this relationship thing comes up no matter where people go. It's always a hot topic. And so I'm so glad to have you both on here. You just did a panel on sex and abstinence as practicing abstinence and being sex-free. And then I really want to dive into the mind and how it works, like what people are thinking in their brain, men and women, and where they're at and how to make this work and making good choices. So we have a lot to say. But with all of that, I just wanted to say thank you so much, Dr. Rael, just for coming out. It is an honor to have you here. I mean, just everywhere that I see you and the big things that I see you doing, it is an honor to have you come to this show. Thank you very much. Welcome.
Thank you. Thank you.
Yes. So what do you see in this day and age with the turn of the century? I know you go into churches and you have a dynamic way of kind of breaking down the truth about how Christians, the way that we're supposed to practice abstinence, the reality of the oops and what we do and how close we can get to the line and what we do, or even when you're kissing, what goes on in the brain. And if you could just kind of tell our listeners, like, what is going on with the woman and the man today and how we can actually try to live that godly lifestyle and try to honor God or honoring God in the process. If you could just speak to that a little bit before I jump to Chance and let her talk about abstinence. Where are we at now?
Yeah, I think we have to understand more about why we do what we do from an overall psychosocial and spiritual point of view. I think when we get that knowledge and understand our spirit and how it's connected and what we do biologically, it affects us spiritually too as well. And I think it's really important for us to understand those things. And by knowing those things, we could actually approach the relationship arena a little different, and to be more aware about what we're putting ourselves into. Just like you said, the kissing thing, right? Can I mention that?
Please, absolutely.
Yeah.
The process that goes on in the brain, what happens, and how you just don't arrive here by accident, but realistically your brain goes into those. Just break it down.
Just like when we are trying to be celibate and in the relationship, but we put ourselves in situations that we aren't really aware of.
Yeah.
And just like when people say, if you kiss, it could lead to things, right? And it is so true biologically and neurologically too as well, and understanding that when two people actually kiss, when a male and a female actually kiss, the female is actually receiving testosterone from the male's saliva. And that testosterone is actually the key to opening up arousal in the woman. So it goes into the pleasure center part of the brain, the caudate nucleus, the nucleus accumbens, the mesolimbic, dopaminergic part of the brain. And that part of the brain is the area that is the pleasure center, which opens up. And so when we say, you probably have some girlfriends that will say, girl, I'm going to this house, but I'm not going to do anything. I'm just going to fool around.
I probably said that. What are you doing?
Kiss, right? That's that's the danger of it.
Right.
You know, just that one kiss, and it's so powerful because not only does that kiss release dopamine in you too as well, an anticipation drug, and then serotonin. We're talking about all of these drugs that are given to us naturally by the laws of nature for couples, for married couples, right? And so what we're doing is that we're joining into these chemicals without being married, but we don't realize what's going to happen, right? And so if you are not in practice too as well, as a younger lady too, if you're not in practice to say no, that's why we find so many young ladies that are, end up having sex at a younger age, because when we talk about phenylethylamine, dopamine, serotonin, we talk about these drugs just by a kiss. It's kind of very challenging to say no, because the body is saying it goes through, it's time to procreate. Because the minute that kiss happens, the minute